So we've heard about all these different social media and other marketing tools. Now we're going to hear about email. Email is one of the most powerful marketing tools that I've personally ever used, and we have with us a real email expert. Marsha is going to take us through the email story. Marsha, 10 minutes, then you turn into vapor.
Pressure's on. I would say they saved the best for last. However, all of these people who have talked today are a very tough act to follow. So, whoops. Sorry, I'm not good with this thing. My name is Marsha Pearson. My company is emailmarketing.guru. I started my company in 2009 after I had a very successful retail franchised store where the franchisor and I had a falling out. They sued me. I closed my store, and end of story. There's no more relationship there. Took what I do best and what I like doing and help companies with online branding. Today we're going to talk a little bit about online marketing, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ask how many of you have something like this. It could be Apple, it could be Android, it doesn't really matter. Okay, let me ask a different question. How many people don't? Okay, so a couple. So what do you have? Just a phone at home?
No. You see, I got an iPad.
You have an iPad.
So that I can read. You can.
Okay. So you have an iPad. So
I'm at that stage,
So you brought your iPad with you today, and what have you been doing on your iPad today?
I've been listening to you guys.
Listening.
To you guys.
Through that.
Presentations.
No, but why did you bring your iPad?
Just in case I have to go on to look something up or whatever.
Okay.
Or emails, but.
You didn't want to say it. You didn't want to say it.
I do have one of these. You see, this was I had the original phone from radio.
I'm there for you.
But now I have this.
A flip phone. I love that.
Now, next week I am getting a smart.
Something smart.
And they're going to stone me if I don't.
Well, I can't say it's necessarily a step up. I mean, it's just what people have today, and it's the way people connect with the world. And I will tell you, just because, sometimes I just get tired of asking questions of people, that the reason people have this is not to make phone calls, not to text, not to surf the internet, not necessarily to look at Twitter or Facebook, but for email. It's what people use this for most of all. This is the main reason people use it. And I'm going to ask how many of you use this today at least one time to look at email or your other gadget. Almost all of you. Probably everybody who has got one of these. Okay, so I guess I'm done here. Let's see. I got 7.5 minutes to go, so why don't we talk? Okay, so I'm going to set that down and I'm going to talk about email marketing. I know I brought some slides with me. I'll let you just look at the slides and I'm just going to talk. I want you to know that you should never use email marketing again, ever. Okay? Email, yes. But we're moving into a new age because all the things that we've talked about today have to do with another essential element of what we do, how our lives have evolved online, and that is engagement. Okay? I know that we've used the word marketing a lot, so as you go through those slides that you got, every time you see the word marketing, cross it out and write engagement. Because we're really talking about engagement, so we're going to use email engagement rather than email marketing. Now, I know my company is emailmarketing.guru, and if I called it emailengagement.guru, it doesn't roll off the tongue as nicely. Okay, so hence the name. But we're talking about engaging with people. Because people don't want to be sold to, okay? The definition of marketing is to sell or promote. So if I market to you, which is to sell to you, how many of you are interested in hearing my message? There's always somebody who puts their hand up. Every day I could do a webinar and somebody will put that little webinar hand up and I'm like, what's that person thinking?
Sorry. You want to engage you. I want to hear that engaging story.
You want to hear that engaging story? Okay, so.
I was writing something down.
I say, yeah, it's always that person not paying attention. Is that person, when I'm doing webinars, it's the person reading their email rather than listening to my webinar. Okay, so it's all about engagement. So what are the things that you're going to share when you have an email? First of all, I'm going to tell you about because I have limited time, the 222 principle. Okay, because remember we have this little guy. Okay, so because we're looking at our email first, I have my coffee in the morning, I walk my dog Cody. Okay, I sit down and I begin to do what I call scanning and swiping. Because I use Gmail, I scan the subject, who it's from, and swipe it away if I'm not interested. Okay, or if I'm not interested in that one. So what am I looking at? I'm taking the first 2 seconds to look at the first 2 words in the subject line to decide whether to open it today. Okay, that's called the 222 principle. We all use it. Okay, and most of us do that exact thing. We look at the beginning, we look at who it's from. So if I don't know who it's from, I might be like suspicious, okay, not apt to read it. I'm going to read the beginning of that subject line. Okay, and sometimes when I'm looking at it on my phone, I can't see the whole subject line, it's cut off. Okay, so if you have a shorter subject line, about 5 words, I'm more apt to see the whole subject line, so now I know what you're talking about, so now I might be more apt to read what you have to say. Okay, so those are some of the important things about engaging. Now let's get to the body because we have another 4 minutes to go. Quickly on the body of an email, okay? Now that you enticed me, your subject line was so wonderful. You didn't just say June email, okay, or newsletter from, okay. Rather you said something interesting like, dust bunnies are evil. I said, what does that mean? Or you said, your business can't live without me. And I said, really? Okay, so you said something interesting in the subject line, enticed me to open it. I open it, and in it says, buy my product today. And I go, man, not interested. Next month, you send me another one, and it's got another great thing on it, great headline. I go, I open it, it says, buy my other product today. So after a while, I'm going to stop opening them. So when you start emailing, people start opening it. They're like really enticed. Okay? But if you keep selling to them, promoting, marketing, which is promoting and selling, after a while they're going to say, I don't want to get those anymore because she's just selling to me. And sometimes you don't know you're selling, but you are. So the important part is to connect with people with the things that you know and do. What do you know that I don't know that you could tell me? What do you know that might be interesting to me? What you're doing when you tell me those things. Now, let's say you're a photographer. Now, I had somebody who was a photographer actually in one of my early seminars. I was like, oh my God. He said, well, if I tell people exactly how to take a picture, they won't need me. I said, but you can tell me how to take a great picture because when I'm sitting there with this and you're not around, it's awfully nice to take kind of a nice picture. But when my daughter is getting married or my son's getting married or there's an anniversary or a special family picture, there you'll be. I just commented how beautiful Bryn's picture was on her LinkedIn page. I want to know who took it. Okay, and I want to know who did it because it was really nice. Pretty nice, right? So if you just connect, she didn't yet, but I'm hoping that she will, She'll think of it later. So bottom line is, share the things that you know, because there's always going to be someone, let's say you're a plumber, you tell me how to fix a toilet. Okay, great. There are some people you're going to share that with, they're going to say, I can take this to the bank, I'm going to fix my own toilet. They'll buy it, they'll do it. I ain't doing that. I'm not fixing any toity, okay? I'm still going to need a plumber, but it's awfully nice when he comes that I kind of have some idea of what he's doing. Okay, so I still want to know the information, even if I'm not going to do it myself. Okay, so sharing what you know means that you're the trusted expert. So now when my neighbor says they need something, even though I might fix my own toilet, I'm not fixing theirs, I'm going to say, hey, I know that. I got a guy. I need a photographer for something. Hey, I got a guy. I know someone who does that, or a gal. Okay, so 53 seconds to go. That's it in a nutshell. My company, emailmarketing.guru. If you need help with email marketing, let me know. I give you a free consultation session for anybody who's in the room today. Yeah, constant contact, don't important.